Hey there, and welcome to my final video, or there might be a few more, so I shouldn't say final, in the optimization series to help you get success with your Google grant. Now we're going to be going over everybody's love-hate relationship with Google recommendations. So just to show you where we are in the document here, we're going to check into all recommendations that Google has put out for us and check if these should be actioned or not. And I say generally I action about 50% of these, so take them with a grain of salt. A lot of these optimizations that Google is recommending for you generally are trying to get you to increase spend in the platform. So just sort of keep that in mind. If you're just keen to increase spend, then absolutely. But if you're going for performance and you're trying to get the best amount of conversions and donations and signups for your client, then I would really take these with a grain of salt. I have seen so many nonprofits just go into their recommendations tab, apply all, and then they message me a month later and say, oh my gosh, everything's messed up, we don't know what to do, all of our different campaigns have all broad match keywords now, we're getting all these crazy irrelevant queries. So just really be careful with applying all of these, and especially never just apply all. You want to come in, take a look, and see if it's relevant for your organization or not. I would also not worry about the optimization score. So this optimization score, as it says now, is an estimate of Google Ads, and they say how well your account is set to perform. But I will tell you now that if you have 100% optimization score, that doesn't mean that that's the most impression or the most conversions and the best performance that you could ever have, right? I have campaigns that have 100% that are not performing. So take this with a grain of salt. I honestly disregard that optimization score completely. It means nothing to me. So just, do keep that in mind as you are going through. It's not always about clicking to increase your score. It's really about, is this gonna improve my performance or not? So let's go through these. I'm just gonna go through probably the top 4 or 5 and go ahead and just talk you through if I would apply them or not. So another thing before we jump in is I wanna make sure that you don't have auto apply turned on. So you wanna click on auto apply, and then you want to make sure that none of these boxes are checked. So you don't want Google to be able to make these changes in your account without consulting you or without getting your approval first. So that is one thing you want to make sure that none of these auto apply recommendations are on. That's number 1. And then go back to the recommendations themselves and have a look, decide if it's good for your organization. So let's go through these. Add dynamic images. So this is saying enhance your text ads with your landing page images using dynamic images, which can improve your click-through rate. This is a very good recommendation. I will definitely apply this because dynamic images, or really image extensions in general, do help improve performance of the account. So that's a good one. We'll definitely apply that. Thanks for that, Google. He's saying improve your responsive search ads. So he's saying get more clicks on your responsive search ads by improving your headlines and descriptions. Yes, absolutely, we can do this. So if you click view 23 recommendations, we can definitely do this. However, it's probably not the quickest way to do it straight in here. Perhaps you can look at a couple of these and say, okay, we need to improve the headline for this ad in this ad group. You can apply, but I like to do my ad updates directly in the ad level, not in the recommendations. But definitely, this is definitely a good recommendation. We should definitely be improving our ads. Should we take their headline, their suggested headlines? Maybe, maybe not. So just tread lightly when you are going through any recommended headlines or anything to that extent. So now we'll go back to recommendations. And now it says add a structured snippet to your ads. Absolutely, that's a really good recommendation. We will be doing that. Add images to your ads. That's another really good recommendation. Image extensions work really well with ads. We'll be doing that. And then add broad match keywords. This is my absolute least favorite Google recommendation. So this is telling us that basically we should change all of our keywords in the entire account to broad match. And now that might increase the spend and they might help us spend more, but the search queries are just going to be too wild and they're going to be too hard for us to control. So with your Google grant, I always recommend that you do definitely use broad match. It's a great match type for finding new customers, but I generally recommend to my nonprofits that I teach to keep broad match in one separate campaign on its own, just so that you can monitor the search terms separately to the other account. Because if you were to add broad match keywords into the entire account, the search queries would get way too over the top. It would be really hard for you to manage. It would be really, really difficult for you to stay on top of it unless you're literally logging in every other day, every week to optimize. Then definitely try it. But if you're, once a month, once every couple weeks, don't change all of your keywords to broad match. And in fact, I get a lot of nonprofits that come to me because they've done this and they want me to sort of fix it and to change it back because performance and just getting too much for them to handle. So we're not going to do that. Enable automatically created assets. So we talked over this in another video, but this is basically allowing Google to create headlines, descriptions, and really any type of assets in our account. I'm going to keep this off. That's really up to you if you want Google to be able to create and launch things for you. This worries me because I want to be able to approve all the ad copy by my client before anything's live. So if that's you too, I would definitely not enable automatically creative assets. If your client's a bit more, open, they don't really care, then definitely have a go, try it out, see how it goes. Remove redundant keywords. That's a really good one. I love when this comes up. We can definitely remove redundant keywords. Use your business logo in search ads. Yep, that's a really good recommendation as well. We will do this. Remove non-serving keywords. So this is going to show us any keywords that haven't received traffic for the past year or more. So we can view the recommendations and then sort of determine on a keyword by keyword basis. I generally sort of just let these go. I'm not really one to remove non-serving keywords, but if you like to keep things clean, feel free to do that. Use a portfolio bid strategy. This is sort of more of an advanced tactic, and I wouldn't worry about this. That's definitely not something that you need to be doing in your grant account, especially if you have your daily budget set already. Then there's really no reason to do that. Okay, so that was much easier and smoother than I thought it was going to go. I have a love-hate relationship with the Google recommendations, but so yeah, in that scenario, there were only really 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 out of 10. Okay, so 20% that were bad, and then of course 80% that were good. So that's a pretty good result. Take it with a grain of salt. And just, read through it. Ask yourself, is Google just trying to get me to spend more money? Yes or no? Is this a good optimization for my client? Does this align with their mission statement, with their values? And then that's really the 2 questions that you need to ask yourself. And please, please, please do not just apply all ever. Please. If you take one thing away from the series, do not apply all. All right, well, that is it for this optimization video. And now if you want my master optimization document with anything and everything I do in my Google Grants account, there's 30 plus included in this Excel doc. Go ahead and click the link below and I'll hook you up with a copy of that. All right, well, let me know any more videos you guys want to see, and I hope you enjoyed this optimization series.